Hands on our hips. Let's warm up. We got standing technique is, what is a standing technique? Pull guard?
Is it defense or?
What number was it?
14?
It's 14.
Guillotine choke, guard pull. And then double ankle sweep.
Guillotine choke, guard pull?
Yes.
Guillotine choke, guard pull is the standing technique. Big circles and then go the other direction. Yeah. Let your arms relax, and as you rotate your torso, let the arms go a little bit. Nice. Draw a figure eight with your nose. Other direction. Nice. Wake the hands up a little bit and the ankles. The wrists. Wake the wrists up. Circles. Good. Okay, let's go to the ground. We'll do a break fall. We're gonna do the guard pull today. The guard pull consists of a little step forward, a squat down, and then a shoot back and break the fall. Do a couple more breaks. But when you have the guillotine, when you have somebody's neck, you don't want to let go of the neck. So it's important to know how to fall back. See that? So keeping the neck, I fall back. I got the neck right here. I keep it, I fall back, boom, I cross my feet. Yep, never letting go. Good. Rocking, rocking, legs straight, knees up, legs straight, knees up, legs straight. Good, throw the legs to the side. Circles. More warming up our hips. I have some friends of mine that are football players, and they're like this. They can't even take their hand off the ground because everything is so tight. The hips are so tight, and it almost looks painful. So they're literally on their elbow. They can't sit up. Other side. That's what happens, right? When you certain jobs or careers, professional football players, they're not really too concerned about you after this 4 years, 6 years, 8 years of professional football. They just want you to do the best in those 4, 6 years, and then wherever you end up, you end up. And it's kind of the same for military. Yeah, Alex said military. But I'm thinking about martial arts schools, and I've been watching the Netflix, Cobra Kai on Netflix. Feet together.
So good.
You watch that, Lily?
I watched
Netflix Cobra Kai. I watched that, and isn't it interesting how Cobra Kai? But it's
the good guy. Sorry.
Well, they're becoming the good guy.
You're in the first season right now, huh?
No, second season.
Finished
The point is, yeah, he's becoming the good guy.
Oh, Johnny, yes.
The Cobra Kai is becoming the good guy. And it just shows how Cobra Kai back in the day was the bad guy because it only cared about the competition and the performance and right now, and give us everything you have right now. But you guys, we don't have time for that. Let's go. January 8th, season 3 release.
January 8th?
Yeah.
You know they're already filming season 4.
It's cool that you know.
So good, man.
How do you know when stuff's released? You have to Google it, I guess. Okay.
I'll watch it too.
Standing up. Front headlock, also known as a front headlock or a guillotine. Sometimes people lower their head. Somebody wants to tackle you, take you to the ground. They want to grab you by your legs. Their head is low. We can wrap our arm around the person's neck. So I wrap my arm around his neck and I grab my wrist. So big wrap around, grab my wrist. With my wide stance, comfortably wide, and my knees bent, look how my shoulder goes down and my hips lift up. Now sometimes I'm not able to generate enough force right here. So then, watch what I do. I go like this, I back my hips up, and now I take some small steps, squat down, and I bring him into my guard. And now as I extend my legs away, I pull my hands up like this into his neck. So let's first imagine holding behind someone's head and feed it under your other arm. So I wrap the neck and I'm making a fist, and now I grab onto that wrist that wrapped the neck. We grab that wrist. Bend your knees, and now I drop my shoulder. As my hips go forward, the arm lifts. So that's just the standing application of the technique. Again, holding behind someone's head, pull it and feed it under your other arm. Big wrap around. Grab your wrist, thumbless grip, step forward. As my shoulder drops, my hips go forward and my arm slices. One very common mistake when we're standing is people try to go like this. They go up on their tiptoes. There's nowhere to go. You need to have your knees bent the whole time. Shoulder drops, hips forward, but my knees are bent. Now, like I mentioned, if you can't get enough pressure up here, what we do is we go like this, we bend over. And what that does to Alex is, Alex right here by herself, when he's getting caught in the guillotine, stand a little taller, he's kind of like that. But when I back up, it bends him over more, like that, freeze. Right here, it takes very little to get Alex to fall forward. So that is the reason why when you have the person's neck, it's not working. Everyone go like this. Yes. Remember, they're underneath you. Their body's right here. And now, step, squat down, shoot back, across your feet. Yes. Very nice. Again, please. All we want is to get Alex, get the person that we're wrapping their neck. See, right now, he's pretty much standing. Look, boom, look where he is. His hands are so close to going to the floor. And the reason why, when we bend over, we step, we squat down, we shoot back. We do that to help pull them forward and force their hands and knees to the ground. Last one, neck wrap, pressure, not working. Bend over, back your hips up. We have head control. Step forward, squat down, hips shoot back, cross your feet. With your legs crossed behind the back, you can even bring your legs up higher, pinch your knees together, extend your legs as you lift the arms north into your chin. Any questions on the guillotine and the pull guard variation?
Just make sure when you guys pull guard, your toes and knees are pointing out, because if they're pointing out, they're going to land in. Right? And then when you pull them in, when your legs go up and out, it's like a big hug. You're trying to hug them with your legs. Toes out, knees out.
Toes out, knees out, so they fall in your guard. Yes, and it's also more comfortable too. Mm-hmm. Yes. Is there any danger of smashing the other's face into the ground? Most people when they fall forward, they naturally put their hands out to the ground. So even though when you have someone's neck, their head is right here. And when you fall back, it will be very close to the ground. But remember, your body is creating, like their shoulders cut here. So their head usually fits perfectly in that space next to your body. But I've not seen too many faces go too hard into the floor.
And also you're shooting back too.
What's up?
So there's, if you squat and shoot back, because if you just squat and you just fall back, your face might land on the ground.
Oh, I
if
understand.
You squat and you shoot back, this happens.
Got it. You're launching them forward, not flat into the ground. I like that. Good point, Alex. In a real fight, is there any danger of getting punched below the belt? How can you counter that? Yes, there's obviously anytime, person can always punch you in the groin. People will always be able to punch your body. The first thing you got to think about is when someone gets their neck wrapped, the first reflex is try to get their head free. And so I wrap the neck, boots, and remember, when I'm applying pressure on the neck, their hands are going to be wanting to protect their neck. So that is what's natural. And then, once it's not working, can he potentially punch me in the groin? The answer is yes, they can. This is why we don't want to spend too much time in this position. Once I attempt to apply pressure, it's not working. He's defending it. I gotta then go from try, no deal, bend over. Now punch me. This is still the same, correct? And now step, squat down and pull down. So not too much time in that position. Once you decide to bring him down, bring him down. And listen, worst case, you get punched, and then in that moment you have to decide, does that punch require me to let go of the neck? Or can I continue on the path of crossing my legs, pulling them in the guard, and putting them to sleep from the guard?
And what were their initial intentions? One of the things we said, what Hidon said, is what they're charging at you, they're trying to tackle you. I don't think they're charging doing this to your groin, you know?
But the thing is, once something fails, people then become creative, and that could take 3-4 seconds. They can't free their head, what can I do now? I can strike. And the same goes for, it's a great question in terms of laying your back right here, punch block series stage 3. We talk about if someone's sitting up, boom, trying to punch you. If he stays here for like 4, 5, 6 seconds, and I can't reach him, maybe I'll switch to this. So he don't want to spend too much time. Once he lifts his hips up, I try to hit his face. 1, boom, he pulls me back in. So by the time I even, I got up there and I got back to guard stage 1 as quick as I got there. Everything happened so fast. Let's talk about the ground technique. Double ankle sweep. It's possible that when you have the guillotine, you lose the head. Boom, the head pops out. Our reflex, anytime you're in the bottom of the fight, wants to be to hug the person's neck.
If you know jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we want it to be that. Yeah, it's our reflex. Hug the neck, elbow pinch. Guard, neck hug, elbow pinch. From here, Alex doesn't have too much of an angle to punch me, so I can hug the neck, elbow pinch. What he might want to do though is stand up. 1, 2, push off my chest to break free to create space to punch. When he does that, he gives me the opportunity as he stands up. Go ahead, 1, 2, freeze. As he pushes off my chest, I can uncross my legs, drop my hips, insert my knees as I grab his ankles. Now my knees push, boom. They knock him back. Now right here, after my knees knock him back, I fold both legs to one side and I put my knee on the ground and I climb around the side. Instead of trying to go straight up, it's not as easy. So go to the side, knee to the ground. Look how my hand anchors his neck, and then I climb to the full mount. So I want to see all of us go like this and grab imaginary ankles and just your knees go like this. Be careful with your neck, but your knees punch. That's it. 3 more. Knees. Ankles are grabbed and knees. Punch. Last one. Good. Now, sit like this. Rock your legs. And watch how I'm gonna fold my legs to the side. Look at this. And now I get up and I go to my knees. And then I fold my legs the other way and I fall back. And now I sit up, fold my legs to the side. I kind of go back like 1, 2, and then I go to the other side.
So once you put your knees on the ground, and you get up, don't put your knee up. Like that.
Yeah. Once your knees touch down, they stay down. Your feet slip under, and you go to the other side, and you fall back. Should be very comfortable. The knees, just let your feet switch underneath you every time, and then go back to the other side. So after the person falls down, check this out. You grab their ankles, you sweep them. That's what your legs do. They fold to the side, and now the hand on the ground stays there. But the free hand does what? It's kind of grabbing the person's neck. It's pulling you on top. We're down, ankles, knee push, fold the legs. I'm going to the other side. As I get up, I'm kind of grabbing and climbing on top. Sometimes you grab the neck, sometimes you grab the hair, sometimes you grab the shirt, the clothes, the ear, anything. Connect to something to help pull you on top. So now, bottom of the guard.
You protect your face too?
Do you protect your face?
Good, right?
You mean with the free hand?
As
Well,
you're getting up.
if they're punching.
Yeah.
But in most, remember, what is the reflex when people are on their backs? Is it to punch or to push?
Give it up.
There you go. And get up means get off me. So if Alex is in my guard and he stands up, he starts to, I'm holding, I'm sticky, I uncross, I grab, I sweep. Boom. As he's landing and I'm getting up, his feeling is, I don't want you on top of me. So I expect him to want to push me. And when he pushes, I kind of swim my hand through, hug his neck, and I secure my top position. But no doubt, if at any time in the fight, someone starts to punch and you have a hand to cover the punch with, that's a good idea. But more than using your hand to block the punch, we suggest moving in close, right? Get as close as you can to the person, because once you're really close, the punches are like boom, boom, they're small, they're weak. Okay, bottom of the guard, neck hug. We're gonna create a situation where the person begins to stand up. Look how my arms and legs kind of lift up. And now, as they're pushing off my chest, when I uncross my legs and my knees come together, my hands grab the ankles together. Knee punch, boom. Get up, fold my legs, go up, and go to the mount. There you go. Double ankle sweep, knee thrust variation. Again, on our backs, guard, neck hug, elbow pinch, holding guard. The legs, everything starts to stand up. They're coming up, they're coming up, they're coming up. And now they're pushing on my chest. Let go, grab the ankles, hips down, knees together. Knee punch, push them back, fold the legs, climb to the side, get to the mount.
Great job, everyone.
Okay. When we grab their heels for the takedown, are we trying to pull them in or just tripping them? Yeah, there's actually a little bit of a pull that happens on the ankles. And that pull is not so much to pull their feet out from underneath them, but someone like Alex, for example, stand up please, walk forward. If I just kind of hold it blank, step up and out, you see his foot can potentially move. But when I have a little tension, step up and out, you see that? There's a little more stick to my grip. So you shouldn't be able to lift someone's foot up because there's a lot of weight on those 2 feet. But when I have tension there, any random attempt to step, I'm more likely to be able to follow his step. So that's the knee thrust variation. And I want to show you guys one thing. Stand back up real quick. There's a move right here. When people fall, it's kind of crazy, but rotate like that. If as I'm getting up, he pushes my chest, I can grab his, he's not letting me get to him. I grab his wrist and I step my leg over. You see that? So as I have my hand on the ground, he's not letting me freeze. I grab it, back leg and hip step over, and now I drop my hips into this elbow. So this grab and this, and hip drop. So this, if we just go to this position right here, which is what? Right, you see we're about to go on top. If you just go to your knee and step over, that's it. So you're kind of sitting in base almost. And your free hand grabs and you step over and you put your hip pressure forward. So it's a very dangerous arm lock because the person's arm is already extended. So when you grab it, boom, and then on top of that, you have gravity on your side. You can see how it won't require too much to really stretch the arm. So we're laying back, we sweep the person, we're getting up. And as we're going to get on top, they're pushing my chest. I can't secure the wrist with my top hand, back leg step over, and then my hip drops. Okay? Okay. Don't worry about that too much, but just to show you how the behavior of pushing, there are a few different ways that we can address it. Now, kick variation. First, let's all sit down actually and get up in base. So from sitting like this, go ahead and fold one leg underneath and put both hands on the side of the leg that is down. Like this, yes. With the weight on my hands, I put my weight on my hands, push out my feet, and I jump up and I land in base. Go for it, jump up, and again, go back down.
The
Let's
hands
go.
are the last thing that comes off the ground. The hands are the last thing that leaves the ground.
Hands are the last thing that leaves the ground. Let's see some base get ups. Go, Cannon, let me see. Hands down and jump up, base. 2 more. Legs folded, hands down, base. Yes, the more weight on the hands, the better. Now add a little jump. Rock up, put your hands down. Look at my hands. I move my hands a little further away, push out my feet, and now I'm gonna travel back like, I don't know, 3 feet. Boom. Here I am. So do a little jump back in base. Okay. Yes. Now the kick variation. So sometimes the person in your guard stands up, but they're much taller than you are. So if you uncross, your knees might not be able to reach the chest. Okay, I already can sense how tall he is and how high his hips are. So what do? When I let go, I insert my heels on his hips. Hands grab the ankles. Now keeping the ankles, I push him back. Boom, he does a break fall. Freeze. I'm not quite in a position to follow up into the mount how I was in the previous technique. So I fold my legs, I jump up in base, and now I'm standing over him. So, down, guard. Everybody's hugging the person's neck. We're holding the guard. Remember, they take 2 big steps, and they step very close to your hips. They want to stand over you to create space to punch down. And as they step in really close, we uncross our legs. As we insert our heels, we grab their ankles, push them back, boom, let go of the ankles, fold your arms and legs in place. Yes. Again, go back down.
When you guys drop your heels, make sure your toes and your knees are pointing out.
Toes and knees pointing out for better heel placement. Bottom of the guard, hugging the neck, holding the person close. They begin to stand up. As they stand up, uncross, grab the ankles, insert the heels. Launch them away, let go of the feet. Fold your legs in place, hands down, get up in base.
Good, Greg. Good, Henry. Ryan, yeah. Ryan Shuck.
Guard, neck hug. Hold them in close. They begin to stand up. They're standing up, up, up. Uncross and grab. Boom, heels inside. Right away, push. Boom, fold your legs. Yes, yes, good, Katrina, how you guys kicked. All of you guys kicked and folded. And now hands are down, jump back, hands up. Yes. Now when we do this, when we get up, Alex is laying down right here. After you sweep somebody, they are now laying down. I want to follow up. I could, of course, just leave the situation, but we're going to keep fighting. I want to make sure, kick my knee, that he can't reach my knee. If I stand here, they can accidentally kick me and it could potentially hurt my knee. So I stay back, kick my face, no deal. I'm right outside of range. Now I know that Alex wants to get off his back, So when he sits up, I pin his chest. And now I lower myself into the side control. So I wait for him to sit up. And the reason why we wait is because if I want to pin his chest now, boom, his feet are too active. But when he sits up, put your foot up here. It's not, his foot is weak. It's not natural anymore.
And how do people usually get up when they get knocked down? They don't usually rock up. They get knocked down, but they kind of stand up like this really quick. So it'd be a lot easier to wait till our feet are occupied. And I'm going to be very off balance too.
Yeah, kick my face. So awareness of what the kicks can do, and then he sat up. I go. So I pin his chest, ribs, shoulder, and now I lower myself into an underhook and a neck hug, side mount control. Got my leg up on the neck hug side, and then I hold him down. So what we're gonna do is have some space in front of you, and however my stance is, see right now I have this leg forward, or I got this leg forward. Whatever leg is forward, I'm gonna shuffle to that side. To that, whatever leg is forward, that's the side I go to. Now, before I go though, I lower and my hands go to the person's shoulder and ribs. Boop, and I shuffle around, and now I lower myself. And when I lower, I land in my side control. So the big detail right now is to pay attention to which leg you have forward. That's telling me my path. And then before that is to make sure that your hands connect. Look, connect, and then I move, and then I drop. That your hands connect to the ground before you begin moving around to the side. Knees bent, I lower a level. Obviously it won't be the ground. It's gonna be their chest, and they're gonna be sitting up, so it will meet much earlier. The point is though, you need connection here before your legs go. I lower, connect to the body, shuffle around. Lower my weight, drop to the side mount. Which knee is bent up? The knee on the side of their head. Last one. Knees are bent, right outside of the kicking range. Knees bent, I got a leg forward, and move a little bit. Create a little bit of like a movement. You're light on your feet because you know they're gonna sit up. You're ready to go, you're waiting. You're waiting. They sat up, boom, connect, shuffle around, drop, side mount control.
And it's very important what he said, to move around and be ready. So you want to be in a pouncing position.
Other than
like this, because if you're standing like this, even if you're at a kicking range,
he's not ready to move.
It's a little hop, skip, and a jump, right? So, but if I'm already low, if I'm already getting low in a pouncing position, the ground is already getting closer to me. So for people that feel like, oh man, look how far the ground is to my body, well, you stay lower. He's ready to go.
You guys, it's a fighting class, okay?
Surviving class.
It's not yoga. Yoga's great, but it's just not yoga though. I love yoga. All you people who do yoga, sorry, I didn't mean to, don't want that. I'm like this. I'm gonna, now if I'm not gonna grab the person, I'm not gonna keep fighting, then I just leave. But if I'm gonna stay around to play, be ready to go. Okay, for the sweep, would it still work? Possibly, but let's discuss that right here. The question is, for the double ankle sweep, how would it work if you grab a little bit higher on the person's legs? It might work, but I don't think it's gonna work as well because the person's reflex is to step their foot back. And if you're holding here, they might get a little bit of foot back. So let's put everything together, starting from the bottom of the guard, hugging the neck, holding, sticky, everybody's down. Sticky, sticky. And now the person begins to stand up, up. Grab the ankles, drop the hips, insert the knees, knee punch, boom, sweep. Fold the legs, go to the side, climb to the mount. No arm lock, okay? Don't do that cool arm lock. Okay.
Good job, Alicia. Good, Matt.
Back down again. Back down, bottom of the guard. Hugging the neck. They begin to stand up, stand up, stand up. Grab the ankles, insert the knees, push them back. Boom. Fold the legs, come to the side, grab the head, climb on top. Yes.
Good, Shannon. Good job dropping the hips too.
And you're down. You're hugging the neck. They start to stand up, but they're so far away. Insert your heels as you grab the ankles. Boom, push them back, fold the legs, get up in base. Once you're up, you're right outside of kicking range. You're moving. Now they're gonna sit up, pin the chest, shuffle around, drop the side mount, under the hook, under the arm. Underhook the arm, underhook the neck.
Good, Margie.
Yes.
Ryan,
Everybody standing up. Front headlock, guillotine. They're coming in. They're gonna try to grab your legs. Okay, as they come in to grab your legs, boom, you wrap the person's neck. You wrap the neck. You step forward, you go to squeeze. It's not working. So you back your hips up. You bend your body over. Step forward, squat down, shoot your hips back, cross your feet behind the back. High legs, pinch your knees, extend the legs and squeeze. But hey, the person's head slips out. Boom, hug the neck. Hug their neck, hold them close. Now they have to stand up, they stand up. Grab the ankles, knee thrust, push them back. Slowly right now, as you get up, you fold your legs to the side, you're getting up, but they're pushing your chest. Boom. Your top hand, grab their wrist, top leg, step over, and then boom, arm bar.
Good, Daniela. Katrina.
With Alex right here. Let's go. One more time from standing up. Full sequence. I got his neck wrapped. Boom, I got the neck. I walk forward, shoulder drop, pressure, pressure, he taps, tap. But now, we loosen up like it didn't work. Bending my body forward. Step, squat down, pull them in the guard. Boom, maybe you tap them from the guard, maybe their head slips out. Right away, sit up, hug the neck, hold them close. Holding, he starts to stand up. Boom, boom, he's pushing off my chest. He feels so tall. Insert my heels as I grab the ankles. And then, boom, launch. Let go of the ankles. Fold the feet, hands down, get up in base. He's down, I'm up. And now he sits up, pin him. Check this out, roll over one time that way. You guys, when you sweep somebody, I sweep Alex, boom. I fold my legs. He might get up just as fast as I get up. Now I'm gonna get up in base. He just got swept. I didn't. I knocked him down. So maybe he's gonna be a little off balance at the fact that he just fell so hard. But let's say that I begin to get up, gets up fast. Boom. Now we're back to here. I would have liked to have him still on the ground, but it didn't work. He attacks me. Don't be surprised if they attack. So now we're gonna do the double ankle sweep, but they're gonna stand up with you and you're gonna be here. Maybe they attack, maybe they walk away.
You should be more surprised if they don't attack. That's what I think. So you should always be on the ready.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying is that they're gonna attack. They're gonna attack. When they don't, I say, oh, okay. I got a day off today. Everyone's down. Actually, even better, standing up. Wrap the neck. Front headlock. We got the neck wrap. We walk forward, we apply pressure. Didn't work. Back your hips up, bend over. And now we take a step, squat down, shoot back, pull them in the guard. But the head pops out. Boom, sit up, hug the neck, hold them close. Now, they're tall. They start to stand up, stand up, stand up. Heels and hands, boom, launch them back. Boom, you kick them back, you fold your legs, you get up in base, but now they're standing up also. You're both up, hands up, knees bent, hands up. They throw a punch, cover, boom, clinch, control the body. Maybe you fold them down and you go back on top of the mount. Maybe you body fold them and go right back on top. No reason why not. Okay, questions? Double ankle sweep, questions, arm lock, follow up. Sometimes there's a thing that we teach sometimes where he's already standing up, let's say. I go for the knee thrust, boom, but it didn't work. I keep one leg here as I semi-drop my hips and I insert my heel, and now I push him back. A little tricky to practice because you don't have something to hold your hips up. But you see, you go double ankle sweep, didn't work. One knee stays, insert one heel. So you switch, half like a failed double ankle sweep knee thrust becomes a kick variation in the middle. Rare, but important to understand that you can change. But you notice how when I changed, he's already up. I go over the knees, boom, didn't work. I don't do this. Stay up real quick. I don't do, because look at this. I do this. See that? Punch my face. See that? I keep my knee and then I insert it, and now my hip drops and it's a little handoff. So the knee kind of helps to keep the distance while I switch from knee to push. How do you know when the double ankle sweep instead of the hook sweep?
Standing directly above.
So,
Pushing up instead of getting up and away.
check this out. So, if someone takes 2 big steps, very much over me, very forward steps, freeze. His feet are right under himself. It's easy to grab both ankles, it's double ankle sweep, go back. But if he steps up one leg and he's like trying to push off I feel like his energy was to back away, then I put both feet on the hips. Now I'm expecting him to come in punching, and I'm gonna cover and bring him back in the guard. But if when I get here, he puts one leg, he kind of doesn't lean forward. Now I grab one ankle and hook one knee. So you see how one of his legs has to be controlled by hook. I can't reach it. So he has a bladed stance. One forward, one back, and that's more hook sweep conversation. Is the kick up a good option, or will it just annoy the opponent? So I think you mean a kick to their face, right? Like an attack. Kick, is that what that means? So I think stand up right here, like, oh yeah, from here, boom, and then place the foot. I think you're saying to kick here. Is that what we're asking? Is that what Shannon's asking? I can't see, Shannon, where are you?
Yeah, she's saying yes.
Yes.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what he wants to know. So, Shannon, the answer is I would not kick up, not because it can't be very effective, but because the chances I would say maybe 5% of the time you could land a kick that really does serious damage. But there's a 60-70% chance that you kick kind of misses, and now you're not so well positioned to stop them from dropping their weight forward and attacking you. The goal is to more keep ourselves safe and knock them down and get them off of us. So I would say to wait on kicking.
It's a huge investment to not...
To kick and miss.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it's a gamble. The odds are not in your favor if you kick. I would not kick. Plus, it's kind of shifting from being defensive to offensive. And yes, striking can be a form of defense, right? I'm using strikes to neutralize the threat. But I think that simply using your feet to keep distance and block them is a better investment of your legs. Good question. Thank you for asking, bro. What else? No more questions? Do a visualization? Okay. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. And let's move into the situation where you're kind of upper body grappling with somebody, kind of scrambling, pushing and pulling, controlling them. All of a sudden their head's a little low and you wrap the person's neck. But when you wrap their neck, you kind of walk forward to apply pressure, but for whatever reason, the way that their neck is angled, you can't quite tap them out or put them to sleep standing up. So it's not working. That's your feeling. Man, this move is not working. Now, you decide to do what? Back your hips up, bend them forward, step forward, squat down, shoot your hips back, pull guard. You pull the person in your guard. But as you pull them back into your guard, you break the fall. You go boom, and you slap the ground, you break the fall. But when you break the fall, because that's your reflex as you're falling back is to break the fall, you let go of their neck. Their head slips out. And then you're like, oh my goodness, what did I do right there? I should have trusted that a good neck wrap would help cushion my fall, and that breaking the fall was unnecessary. But you let go, so right away you hug their neck, you hold them close. Now you're in the guard. They just had their neck wrapped by you, so they're feeling like, man, I gotta get out of here now, because this person is dangerous. So they're like in the, I wanna get away mode. And they stand up really fast, but when they get up, they're kind of tall, so you have to go ankle grab and heels on the hips, and then boom, you push them away. When you push them away and they fall back, you get up in base, and they're getting up just as fast. Like I said, you had that neck of theirs wrapped. They never felt that before in their lives. Even though it didn't work, they felt it. So they get up, but when they get up, they don't even square off. They just get up and they start moving back 10, 15 feet away. They're just walking backwards with their hand kind of near their neck, trying to avoid you. Because even though, like I said, you didn't finish them, you still bit them. And they felt that bite on their neck, and now they just want to avoid the fight at all costs. Okay, open your eyes. Isn't it cool, right? How the fight can go so many different ways. It could be a very scary thought, right? There's so many different paths that the fight can take. The person can do this, or they can do that, or they can do that, or that, or that, or that. And all of that was just from this one position. And there are hundreds, right, maybe not hundreds, right, dozens of other positions. So the possibilities are endless. What's the big goal? What's the big goal with jiu-jitsu? What do you guys think? Type it in. What's the big picture goal? What do you want? Type it in the comments right there. Big goal. Open the comments. Survival. Yeah, survival. But what allows you to go home safe, one piece, control, fun, survive? What allows you to survive? What allows you to defend and survive? The big goal, save energy, manage the distance, defend, control, keep the distance, do not control. I like all these answers, but I like, they're all right, everybody's right, but I like the word comfort. Like big picture, we want to build comfort and some kind of familiarity with the positions. Because if we're comfortable, if we're familiar with where we are, then we are less likely to do what? Overreact, panic, burn energy, exhaust. And we're more likely to go home safely, survive, not get hurt, stuff like that. So you're right, the big goal is to stay alive, but what you are looking to reach is a certain level of comfort in your practice and a certain understanding of the possibilities, and that will yield the survival that we all want. Okay.
So you want to be comfortable in familiar positions.
Comfortable, yeah, I mean in familiar, I guess you want all positions to be familiar.
Yes.
When it comes to fighting, you want there to be no unfamiliar positions. That's what it is. Like, where do you not want to be when fighting someone? Even if somebody mounts you, you have the answers. If somebody side mounts you, you have the answers. You would like to avoid the side mount and the mount, and you will become very good at that, no doubt, with more time. But as much as we want to avoid it, if we land there, it's okay, because we've been here 400 times, 700 times, 3,000 times. Okay, my friends, have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thank you guys.
Class 15 next.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.